Hey there, I'm meteorologist Mackenzie Bart. Hopefully everyone had a good Tuesday. Weather not all that bad for this time of year. Temperatures made it into the 40s and 50s depending on where you are. So not a bad day, but some big changes are coming. So even if you didn't really enjoy the temperatures, going to be much better right now than what they are going to be tomorrow at this point, because we're tracking a big temperature drop in difference, and we're also tracking our next chance at rain that'll bring on some of those temperature changes and also some lake effect snow. So we're going to be talking about all that. We'll have the numbers for you. If you have any questions, I will also be looking here online. So feel free to ask, and I'll try to get to your questions as we go along. All right, so overnight is when we are expecting the heaviest of the rain to move in, mainly after midnight. You may see a raindrop or two as we head into the 9, 10, 11 o'clock hour, but a lot of that will be overnight, the heaviest of the rain. We also have a quiet period throughout the day. You see precipitation drops, and then it starts to bump up some. Those green colors, that is the chance for lake effect snow by early Thursday morning. So right now things are relatively quiet on the radar. We had a few showers starting to push through parts of Toledo, even Fostoria, but those are relatively light. Most of us here staying pretty quiet, and that'll be the case at least for another hour or two. I want to take you down south because they've had some very active weather, several tornado warnings this afternoon and evening for some of our southern states. Not really expecting that severe weather to impact us, but we could have a thunder or storm or two overnight into early tomorrow morning. Non-severe, but could be gusty. And then big difference in the temperature. That is going to occur by tomorrow morning. Tonight, temperature is mainly going to hang out in the 40s and even 50s. That rain will move in overnight. It's going to be windy, so if you put up that inflatable snowman or Santa, you may have him blowing around overnight into early tomorrow. So maybe we just make sure he's extra tied down tonight. Throughout the day tomorrow, here's the temperatures. Typically at night we talk about those temperatures falling, but throughout the day tomorrow, that's when it's really going to be pretty bitter. You can see temperatures tonight mainly going to hang out in the 50s, upper 40s, and then throughout the morning and afternoon tomorrow, we're going to hang out in the 30s for a good chunk of the day. So 53, that is going to be in the morning. Temperature is just going to tumble throughout the day. Early showers, cold and breezy, so make sure you have the warm wear on as you leave the house, because you may not need it exactly as you're leaving, but you'll definitely want it throughout the second half of the day. Trudy on here. Thanks, Trudy, for joining. And Mario, thanks so much. Connie, we got a lot of folks on here. Thank you for joining. Hopefully everyone's had a nice Thanksgiving weekend. All right, here's what our futurecast model looks like. A sprinkle or two is possible as we take you into the later part of the night, but the heaviest of the rain you're mainly going to hear overnight. Here's a look at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll start to see a few showers move in, and then this gusty bulk will start to move in right around 5, 6 in the morning. Gusts could be 30, 40 miles per hour at times. So for that morning commute, not only will you be dealing with some wet conditions, but also a bit windy as well. That'll move out of the region right around 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow, and then we'll start to see the cold air sink in. Once that moves in, colder, drier air, and also breezy throughout the rest of your day. Angela flying into Cleveland tomorrow afternoon. Probably going to be a pretty bumpy flight, Angela, but at least things will stay dry. Here's a look taking you up until 9, 10 o'clock Wednesday. You can see the rain moves out as we get into the second half of the day. And then our focus is on the snow. So overnight Wednesday into Thursday, we'll start to see that lake effect pick up. Here's a kind of a better look at this. Here's midnight, 1 o'clock, and that'll mainly be for parts of Lake Geauga. Ashtabula could see some snow there, and then even some parts of Cuyahoga County as well. And that will start to wrap up by 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, and then we'll see conditions quiet down. So let's talk snowfall totals. It's not going to be a very impressive event. I think the heart of the snowfall will mainly be in parts of northwest Pennsylvania. But we are expecting some places isolated 2 to 4 inches. I think a majority of people will see right around 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. That's stretching through Ashtabula County, through Lake County, Geauga County, and even back through parts of Cuyahoga County. But we will have a few isolated spots right around 2 to 4 inches. Kristen asks, How about flying to the East Coast tomorrow morning around 9 a.m.? Whereabouts are you flying, Kristen? I mean, I think your flight should be safe. It's definitely going to still be bumpy. You'll kind of be traveling with the rain. By 9 o'clock in the morning, a lot of that rainfall will be pushing into parts of Pennsylvania. Here, let's take you back on that Futurecast model. All right. So if your flight, let's say your flight leaves here right around 8, 9 o'clock, yeah, the rain should be out of here, pushing into parts of Pennsylvania, Erie, and through parts of western Pennsylvania as well. So it'll start to be out of here, but you're traveling east, so you're going to be following the rain along, and it should be in eastern Pennsylvania probably by the afternoon and evening on Wednesday. So gusty in the rain, but it really shouldn't be too many delays. Planes are pretty good about flying into some showers, and you're not really, last I checked, they're not expecting any severe weather, but they'll continue to see gusts 30 to 40 miles at a time. So it's definitely going to be a very bumpy ride. So hopefully you have a safe flight. All right, let's show you that 8-day. I was telling Andre earlier, the 8-day has so many ups and downs, like a roller coaster, that it's, my brain doesn't like seeing it. So here's what it looks like. Tomorrow, mainly rain in the morning commute, showers. Ken, if you're asking about the rain, that is going to be by early tomorrow morning. So overnight into early tomorrow morning will be that rain. Temperatures throughout the day tomorrow will fall from the mid-50s back into the 30s and 20s, and overnight very cold Wednesday night into Thursday, and that's when we could see some of the lake effect snow. By Friday, quieter conditions. Friday is going to be a nice little pick day for us, back in the 50s. But Saturday, rain moves back in early. The rest of the day should be relatively quiet, still staying mild. Cooler on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, our next system rolls in as temperatures hang out right around average. So I will leave you with the latest wide look of the radar as we prepare for some of those showers to move in later tonight. Again, we'll be watching out for this right here, mainly moving in after midnight. We'll give you the latest look at the radar coming up at 10 o'clock. Feel free to join us then. We'll be talking about the rain and lake effect snow to come, all within the next few days, even before we hit Friday, tracking a lot of things. So hopefully you can join us. If not, you can always find this information at fox8.com underneath the forecast discussion. Have a good night, everybody.